An empty lantern provides no light, but self-care is the fuel that allows your light to shine brightly. Caring for your body, your mind, and spirit is your greatest and grandest responsibility. It's about listening to the needs of your soul and then honoring them.
Wow, doesn't it just feel good to have your you moment, spending time with yourself and just, giving yourself attention. Anyway, real fam, welcome to my channel. I know my intro was super nice. I hope you liked it because I did. Anyway, I'm gonna plug you on the products that you can use for some of your self-care routines. So I have the Nivea 3-in-1, so you can use it as a wash, as a scrub, and as a mask. So because I'm going to be soaking for 20 minutes, I'm going to use it as a mask. So you can leave it on for 2 to 3, to 3 to 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes I have to remove it, but I'm going to be soaking for 20 minutes and I will be using this. This is the plug. If you've watched my very first self-care moment, you would remember this plug. So this is the Epsom salt, chamomile flavor. It smells so divine. It helps with, when you have tension, your muscles are stiff and all that. This is the perfect plug for you, darling. So definitely get it at Discount. It's 89 Rand, so you can get it. And yeah, so I'll see you just now, okay? Let me enjoy my soaking and then you and I are gonna have a little chat after this. Hey real fam, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that mini self-care routine. Like I said, you and I are now gonna have a little chat. And yeah, don't you just love my mug, by the way? Don't you just love my mug? I'm so obsessed with mugs nowadays, guys. Like, I'm so obsessed, and I've got so much mugs that I feel like I want to share with you, show you the kind of mugs that I have and what they mean, all of that. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Yeah, so let's get back to business for today. So as we know, it's self-care day, the most important day for you, right? To prioritize yourself. It is very important to take care of self-care moment all the way. So before we dive into the conversation, I have something exciting that I'm gonna be doing. Very first time that I'm doing it on my channel. The first time I'm doing it, and I'm excited. I am sending shout outs. I am sending shout outs to my subscribers. How do you like that? You didn't expect that, right? You were not expecting it. You were never ready. You were never ready for that. Anyway, so I'm gonna send a shout out to these 3 people that are subscribed to my channel and constantly supporting my content. And yeah, of course, you can do your send your comment. You'll never know, the next video I could be sending a shout out to you. All right, so the first one is a Life of Nkanyezi. Hey girl, much love you always. Thank you so much. The next one is Sender Royalty. Hey girl, I see you. Thank you so much for constantly supporting me. Much love to you. And the last one is Eddie Ramushale. Hey Ed, much love, real fam. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for your support. I'm really humbled. Thank you guys, I really appreciate you. And of course, it's not just them, there are a lot of you. So of course, if you want me to send a shout out to you, you will have to leave a comment on my video. So whenever I share a video, if you've watched the video, do leave a comment, and who knows, I could be sending a shout out to you, right? Okay, that is exciting. I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to do it again next week. No, next video. What am I saying? Next week? Like, girl's gonna be creating content up in here. Anyway, so guys, let's get down to the real conversation now. Jokes aside, laughing aside, now let's really have a conversation. So as much as we have what we call self-care and self-love, there is also what we call mental health care, which is what you also need to consider. So you're probably there and asking yourself, Nthabi, what do you mean? Mental health? Isn't that for people that are mentally ill? Well, yes, that is correct. But think about it. What is associated with mental health? Depression, anxiety, stress. Don't you and I go through that? Don't you go through stress sometimes in your life? Don't you feel like you're depressed at some point? Haven't you experienced some trauma? Well, maybe you haven't experienced that. Let me not generalize it. Maybe you haven't experienced that. But there is some kind of way that you got to be affected. Haven't you been stressed out when you have to write an exam? Haven't you been stressed out having to go to an interview? Haven't you been stressed out if things were not going your way in your life? Right? So think about it. Think about it. One way or the other, we are affected. Hence, I'm saying we need to also take care of our mental health. So health is important, right? That is the number one word that you can take out of mental health. Health is important. And if your health is on point, it means that your mind can actually function well. Agreed? Right? Okay, so here's the thing. As you guys know, that my channel is focused on empowering you, inspiring you, and helping you to be transformed and being the best version of yourself by finding yourself, by knowing who you are, by knowing how capable you are to take over the world, to take up space in whatever that you wish to accomplish in life, right? So I felt the need to share this with you. Yes, October month is a month where issues of mental health are brought up, but I also felt the need to engage you on this, and especially because a lot of us get to be affected by things that are happening around us, and the pandemic has dealt with a lot of us. So chances are there is a lot that you are going through. So I saw the need to do this and ask you, are you okay? Actually, how are you doing? Are you good? How are your family members doing? How's your family doing in general? How are you coping with life? How are you coping with your studies? How are you coping financially? How are you coping and how are you dealing with it all? I'm just wondering. Do comment and share how you're doing. I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty well. But I wasn't doing well all along. I've also had my share of everything. The pandemic dealt with my business. I lost out on a big deal, a big client that I had to secure for a couple of years, and because of the pandemic that didn't happen. Running my own business after resigning from my day job, imagine that. Business not working out like it used to. Imagine the stress. Imagine the fact that the kind of income that used to come into the business is not coming. So that is what I've been going through. So you're probably wondering, how am I doing? Well, I'm doing pretty okay. But it doesn't mean that I've been okay. The pandemic also dealt with me. My business is not getting the kind of business it used to before. And I believe that it's not just me. A lot of businesses are affected. And think about it. I resigned from my day job. So the only income that I get is from my businesses, right? So my t-shirt business had to pause a bit because of what? The pandemic. So there is money that has stopped coming. But what did I do? I kept motivated. I focused on the positive things. Because here's the thing, often enough we focus on the things that we cannot change. We focus on the negative things. We focus on the things that are unfixable. If this mug right there drops, can you fix it? Can you fix it? Do you have all the resources to fix it? You probably don't. So if you can't solve something, do not dwell into it. It might sound easy for me to say that don't focus on the things that you cannot change and all that, but I'm speaking from experience, and hence I mentioned mental health. The fact that you are worrying yourself about issues that cannot be changed, it means that you have high chances of being stressed, of being depressed. I almost got into depression when I was going through a lot at work, when I was working full-time. And I was working full-time, working on my business. I thought I was coping, but I wasn't. I even got symptoms of stroke. So a lot was happening. My health was affected. We have this love-hate relationship with exercising and keeping healthy, eating right. And that is something we need to consider because it is actually important and plays a huge role in our lives. What we eat, not drinking water, like a lot of things. So that love and hate relationship really needs to be considered. We really need to do what is right for ourselves, for our bodies and all that. Like for example, this weekend alone, I was really not disciplined. I had alcohol, I had junk food, I had burgers, I had ice cream. So I had a lot, and when I went for a run, I could feel that I'm not coping. So there's a lot that the kind of food that we eat do to our bodies, the kind of, all of that. But of course, you might have a different perspective on this. Don't come and bite me, all right? You have a way of dealing with your health and what you eat and how you kill those calories, whatever the case may be. But yeah, all I'm saying is that we need to consider, consuming things that are good for us, good for our health, good for our bodies, good for our minds and all that. So all I'm saying is that taking care of your mind is very important. So do not dwell on the things that you cannot change. Do not dwell on the things that cannot be resolved. And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. What I mean is it's okay to go through the most. It's okay to experience problems. It's okay to go through whatever that you might be going through now. It's okay. But what's not okay is how you deal with all of that. Because if you're gonna sit on a problem, so there's this saying that says the problem that I might have might not be bigger than someone else's. I get that. It might be true that the kind of problems that I think I have don't come close to what problems you have or what someone else is going through. But let's face it, guys, the truth is a problem is a problem. And what happens when there's a problem? A problem needs a solution, right? So you need to solve the problem one way or the other. So the fact that someone else's problem is bigger than yours does not mean that you can relax and say, at least my problem is not bigger than his or hers. It doesn't solve anything, because you are going to avoid what you need to sort out, right? Hence you end up being depressed, going through the most, and anxieties and all those things, right? So it is important to deal with the problem. If you have someone to talk to, do that. Because another thing, mental health can be caused by loneliness. Also apparently plays a huge role, meaning if you don't have friends, if you don't have someone to talk to, you are bottling all your problems and you're not sharing with someone who can, you're not offloading. That could also be a problem. And some people don't believe in going for therapy and all that. They feel like it's not for them and all that. But as a matter of fact, such things can actually help you to talk to someone if you don't have someone to talk to. So that is what I'm trying to say to you. Where I'm going with this is that you need to rest. Find rest. Rest, Nthabi. Rest. Find rest and find peace within yourself. And connecting more to God can actually help you. In all honesty, connecting with God more can actually help you. Having conversations with God can actually help you. So try it. Read the Bible, talk to God, tell him what you're going through. You'll never know. You might actually feel a bit better after doing that. So try it and see what happens. So this self-care moment or this self-care video is very deep because we are also going through a lot. So I wanted to share that with you and to say to you that whatever that you might be going through, as much as you're not alone in it, as much as someone else might be going through the worst, but dealing with what you're going through is what will help you. Find help. I'm not one to help you in terms of whatever that you might feel like you're going through. If you feel like you're depressed, I'm not a specialist. I'm not in that field. There are people, there are professionals that are actually qualified to deal with such cases. So do find help. Do find help. Is it too deep? Am I getting too deep with this conversation? Am I? Do comment and tell me what you think about this conversation. But I think these are conversations that we need to have. And of course, you as the real fam, I'm not gonna stop talking to you. I'm not gonna stop engaging you and finding ways to help you. We are family, basically. And if I'm okay, I want you to be okay. All right? And the kind of content that I give you, for some reason I feel like it has to do something in your life, because then what would be the point of me sitting in my studio, my mini studio right now at 8:20? I'm talking to you right now and it's actually 8:20 as I'm recording this. I don't know what time you'll be watching it, but think about it. Think about it. So I wouldn't be here wasting time. So I want you to also be inspired and somehow find a way to impact someone else's life. And that's why I always say that share my content, share with someone that might actually benefit from this, because you'll never know, someone might be needing to hear all of what we're saying right now, right? I feel like this is enough. I mean, this is a deep topic that I really cannot go deeper into. So I think the little that I shared, can open an eye, can knock some sense into you, or maybe help you see something that you didn't see. Like, for example, that problem that you think is not bigger than someone else, and you are shoving it. You've shoved it for 4 years, shoved it for 5 years, and you feel like it will just go away because Nthabi has a bigger problem. It will not go away. You need to sort it out. And like I said, if you cannot control, if you cannot deal with that problem, then forget about it. Find a way not to dwell into it and move on. But do not let your life be affected by something that you didn't deal with in your life, in your past, right? Which includes relationships. Do not get into relationships when you know. Do not get into a relationship when you know that you've had issues that you never dealt with. And then it ends up being what? A situationship. Complicationship, right? It becomes a mess. Because how are you going to deal with, or how are you gonna give your all in something when you have things that are hanging? How? Tell me how. Anyway, that is it, real fam. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you took something out of this. I think this topic really got me scared, because I don't want to share content that will it really got me scared a little bit, because someone might be going through this, and I'm a bit scared if I say something and it's not helping them much, or it's not how they look at life, or how they look at their situation. Like, I'm a bit skeptical. That's why I feel like, let me stop here. And if you feel like you need a professional, you need to speak to someone who can help you more, do it. Google, YouTube, Bing, whatever, it's there. You can research whatever that you want. If you feel like you are depressed or stressed, whatever, find someone that can help you. Talk to someone. Find someone that you can talk to. I'm also here. You can talk to me. You can head over to my Instagram, and yeah, DM me. Slide on my DM and talk to me if you feel like you need someone to talk to. All right, but just be good. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mindset. Take care of, love yourself more each and every day, and always prioritize you. That is important. Always prioritize yourself. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Of course, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell, right? Yeah, thank you so much. I love you always. Mwah.